Oh.
There's green flags in this fourth heat, sponsored by Brian's Machine Shop and Derby Parts. Super impressed with the track right now. It's stayed together really well. I think that you haven't had one driver, win or lose, that's said a whole lot bad about the track. So I'm really pleased about that.
Definitely. The clay is a little bit forgiving, so it helps a lot.
Agreed.
One thing we'll see with these Jeff, one thing you'll see on the track here with this clay is that it does get tacky. And so, especially with side-to-side shots similar to that, you'll see stuff like tires being very pressured, and it'll do damage to trailing arm and things like that to hold the rear end in. So, as you're watching these cars kind of maneuver, keep an eye out for telltale signs of movement in that rear end, forward and backward, and that can be a sign that something's going wrong back there.
It makes a lot of sense. Good call. I mean, again, like you said, you get some forgiveness in the clay on the track, but then it does some damage to your car potentially long term.
Drivers have to be careful with how they maneuver as well, and I think we are seeing some of that with Shane Jones 345 right here. Because of that tackiness of the track, when they're turning, if they turn too hard, if they take a hit while they're turning, it can bend or break the steering components like the tie rods. And I think we're seeing that issue right now with Shane Jones in the driver's front.
And big shout out to all those on Facebook Live. They're getting a free look in here in their second heat here in Pro Division of Heat 4. BDP Inc. and Toast Inc. Ooh, there's a good shot there for sure. Ryan Durham giving it to Patrick Browder. Just getting ready to say, I think like all four cars in pretty good shape right now before Browder takes another shot to that front end.
Brett Gluey making his presence known there. Definitely seeing more trouble for Shane Jones. Shane's in a bad spot here. I see him working that wheel. He is turning it to the right, and the front wheels are not responding. Now he's got the weight off those rear wheels. He's got the back end up in that berm. Toast having trouble in the 484 on the crank trying to refire.
He's going to need a little help maybe to get off that wall.
That's trouble for Brett Gluey.
Shane Jones, he needs some help. One of the guys over to give him a bump to get out of there. BDP not giving Shane Jones anything. He said, hey, I see Shane waving. Trying to get Brett Gluey's attention.
Brett trying to get there, getting worked over at the same time. I'm seeing Toast in the background in that 484 trying to make something happen. The officials telling him to break off. He's out of time. But what I was seeing there, Jeff, was that Toast was working that steering wheel and not getting any results out of the tires.
Yeah, Shane Jones ran out of time over there, stuck on the wall. Couldn't get any help from his guys. And now it's 4v2. And BDP kind of in the driver's seat.
A lot of suspension work going to have to happen in the pit area here overnight tonight and into tomorrow to get these guys back for round two.
That really still got a lot left of that wagon. And again, fighting uphill.
It's a numbers battle.
Down 2 men. underneath Gluey. Lucas Wiedemann, he's trying to get his refired at 20, so now you got 3 BDP cars moving, but I'm sure on the clock.
Lusick still underneath the Red Glue machine, trying to get out from underneath it.
I think Wiedemann might have broken it off right here to our left if you look at the screen.
Oh.
Don't count out this Toast Egg team right now, Steve. I mean, it's 3v2, but Ryan Durham doing some work and Louie in that wagon.
Both veteran drivers, and at this level, everybody knows what they're doing. You can't count anybody out from flag fly.
Nope. And like you said, it's all about real estate. Can you stay off the wall? And right here, just as they say it, Durham gets pushed into the wall.
Oh, Red Louie trying to buy his teammate a little bit of time, drove himself to the rear end of Lusick's machine, broke that passenger front tie rod.
And saved Durham. Durham got off the wall, so. We've got Chad Petrie right here in front of us on the 722. He's trying to get refired. He's on the clock. He's getting worked over by Ryan Durham. Red Louie just trying to hang on in that wagon. He's getting 2v1 right now.
Durham's going to get down there and give him a little bit of breathing room. That's heads-up driving for Durham, who's been here before. He knows what to do in this situation.
And you called it. I mean, Red Louie gave up a tie rod to save his partner, and it worked because Ryan Durham got off that wall and he's gotten after it.
That backside of Lusick's machine is deadly right now and is using it very well. Red flag on the track.
Hold him up, hold him up, hold him up, hold him up, drivers, hold him up. Yeah, and I agree with you, Steve. When they go back to green, that 333 car of Jacob Lusick is really doing some damage. That back end is.
It's deadly.
Yeah, it looks like Wiedemann will get out. And I don't know if Chad Petrie still got a stick right here in front of us in that 722. So he's got to be close to being out of time, though, when we come back to green. And got the fire crew out there checking the car out. It looks like maybe might have had a fire.
He's telling them, do not spray.
Yeah, you know that. I was going to say the same thing. Hey, boys, it's out. I don't need you.
Yeah.
Looks like they buy that too, so the fire crew will jump out. Like I said, when we go back to green, that 722 of Chad Petrie got to be on the clock, and they freeze the clock when it goes red, but once it goes back to green, the clock starts running again. It doesn't restart. So I got a feeling it's not going to be long before it's 2v2. There's your green flag. Well, he got it moving. He's got to hit somebody. That's big, and he got a hit. So, I mean, Chad Petrie keeps it alive, and probably the red flag might have saved him because he had some time to work on it and get it refired.
Definitely. Sometimes that's everything that you need. It's just that moment to breathe and reassess.
You got it.
When we talk about these rear bumpers and how deadly that rear bumper was for Lusick, it is still. And I was just looking through some of the rules for this class, and one of the things about these rear bumpers is they have to be a minimum of 6 inches tall, so they can't have real thin, deadly bumpers. And they are only allowed a maximum of a 30-degree slant. So a lot of these guys like to run these slanted or angled rear bumpers to give them kind of a wedge or a point to work with. And so the rules package has limited that to a point where they cannot really create a really extreme wedge where they can scoop cars. with the suspensions that they're running and the heights that they're using, it's still going to happen at times. And
well, you worry about that, trying to get up under somebody and putting somebody upside down. And I think Petrie actually ended up breaking it off in that 7.22. So now, now it's crazy how the teams flip. I mean, now you're 2-on-1 with Toast Inc. Jacob in that 3.33 is not in a good spot either. So that's, he's kind of hung up. Got dead cars on both sides of him. He's got to find his way around. Durham and Bluey, 2v1. That's the beauty of the team event, Steve, in a nutshell. I mean, you look like Team BDP was in the driver's seat at, 4v2, and now all of a sudden it's 2v1. Toast Inc. has kind of flipped that script. So we'll see here. Again, I think Jacob Lucy still got some car. But again, when you're fighting two guys, they can pin you, and then you get yourself in trouble. And you talked about earlier it's about real estate. Can you keep yourself out of one of those corners or off a wall?
At this point, it's about who can make last contact. Lusik's hung on Ryan Durham's 669. Greg Louie wants to make contact to keep himself alive, but doesn't want to knock Lusik free. So he'll touch and back away.
Yep, and he just did that. So well called.
He's close to getting loose off of there.
Crazy thing, if he gets loose, he's still got some car.
Oh yeah. Hint of a hole we're seeing get dug here.
Yeah, he's trying like crazy. I mean, he's been stuck there, and there's a red flag, so it looks like it's ball game. And boy, big flip of script there. Toast Inc. didn't look like they didn't.